Mercedes' 2023 season did not begin as planned, and there are concerns that the team will have to undergo another pain and gain process as they did in 2022. Despite the hope for a six-gear push in an epic Hamilton vs Verstappen battle, it seems likely that the team will face similar challenges this season. Mercedes has acknowledged that these difficulties are a reality for the team, and fans need to understand and process them. During preseason testing in Bahrain, it was clear that the 2023 Challenger would face challenges such as increased drag and reduced stability that would be difficult to overcome. After the season's first race, it became apparent that Mercedes' pace was off, and teams like Aston Martin had caught up. Despite impending changes, there is no guarantee that Mercedes will be competitive, as Red Bull and Ferrari have already made significant progress with their concepts. The budget cap also limits F1 teams from spending unlimited money on developing new cars, although Mercedes principal Toto Wolff stated that the financial restriction would not pose a challenge. The team's reality for the 2023 season remains uncertain. Aston Martin, a team that buys engines and other parts from Mercedes, has made significant stride in car development and may provide a valuable lesson to the Silver Arrows. Despite being labeled a copycat in the past, Aston Martin's progress and success cannot be ignored. Mercedes acknowledged that they are not finished developing their car, and other teams are already trying to exploit the maximum potential of the 2023 challenges. Lewis Hamilton and George Russell shared the sentiment that facing similar difficulties as the troublesome 2022 season is the last thing they want. Mercedes finds itself in a difficult position this season, with the team facing a number of questions from both fans and drivers. Even seven-time world champion Lewis Hamilton and one of the most promising drivers on the grid, George Russell, are asking themselves what can be done and who should be held responsible for the team's current struggles. While Mercedes fans may want to point fingers at other teams or the regulation, it clears that the team got it wrong from the beginning. The no-pod side-pod design looked revolutionary and had experts claiming that the 2022 season was already over before it began. Hamilton destined to become the champion. However, as the season progressed, it became clear that Mercedes was not in the right position, and fighting for a podium finish was not what Hamilton and Russell had in mind. Despite Hamilton's experience winning races and championships, the team did not listen to his advice to go with a brand new design and abandon the side-pod design they believed was innovative. As Hamilton himself said, he knows what a car needs and doesn't need, but the team didn't listen to his warning. It's important to know that Mercedes is not solely to blame for its struggle this season. Other teams like Red Bull and Ferrari made significant progress with their concepts before the 2022 season even begun, taking advantage of the budget cap limitation imposed by Formula One regulations. Mercedes does have the ability to bounce back and improve, but it's unlikely to happen in the near future. As the team continues to state, it's painful that they were beaten by Aston Martin in the first race of the season, but so was Ferrari. The more humiliating fact that a customer company beat the manufacturer that supplies its engines. This is something that the 1996 champion Damon Hill, who was very pro-Mercedes oriented in the past, has also shared with the public. It seems like everyone has started to turn their supportive back on Mercedes and start praising Red Bull for understanding how an F1 car should work under the ground effects regulations. The Silver Arrows continued with their statement as they added they won't panic or make knee-jerk reactions in the spotlight as fierce as Formula One. People are quick to point fingers or look for a scapegoat, but the team is focused on having the courage to fail, the character to be accountable, and the strength to see failure as an opportunity. They have been open and searingly honest about where they find themselves, and they are working urgently and calmly to build their recovery plan. The optimism is still there because Mercedes is already working on a new concept that will see the light in the 2023 much earlier than originally anticipated. The first upgrades were supposed to happen in Imola, but after the fiasco in Bahrain, it's more likely to see Mercedes competitive even earlier than Italy. One thing that the team can definitely utilize toward the goal is the time they have to spend in the wind tunnels. Thanks to the sporting penalty given to Red Bull, Mercedes has around 17% more time to spend in the wind tunnel facility and CFDs according to Mark. This is exactly where all the problems can be solved. On a direct proof that is the battle with Aston Martin, because on the mechanical side of things, these two teams are practically the same, but the concept and the design of the W14 and the MR23 differ so much to the advantage of the green Red Bull, as Aston Martin was recently labeled. The Silver Arrows have sent a strong message to their fans, saying in times like this, it's evident that the most loyal and strongest fans will remain supporting the team, while the ones that were here just because the team was winning races and decide to jump ship at the first inconvenience, that the team has no hard feeling towards them at all. Whether you're offering criticism or support, there is a right way to do it and wrong way. Looking ahead the upcoming period for Mercedes, one promises to be captivating interesting, interrogating time why the fans may not always relish the outcome of each race. They are sure to appreciate the team's progress and their steady improvement over time. Although it remains uncertain whether Hamilton will secure his record-breaking 8th championship within the next 2 years. There are a multitude of reasons why he may not be able to achieve this feat. According to some media outlets, the primary reason why Hamilton has not yet signed an extension with Mercedes is due to the portrayal of certain issues in the press. However, the future still looks bright for Mercedes, especially with the potential availability of young driver Norris in 2025 and beyond. While it's true that the 2023 season and beyond will be something to look forward to, the team must endure a painful process of rebuilding their car in order to remain competitive. Given all these factors, it's difficult to say for certain whether or not Mercedes will remain competitive prior to Hamilton's retirement. However, it's clear that the team is committed to the challenge and is working hard to improve their performance. Only time will tell whether they are able to succeed in their efforts and maintain their position as one of the top teams in the sport. What are your thoughts on Mercedes' statements? Do you believe they will be competitive before Hamilton's retirement?